Howdy folks, Texas Grebner here with Texas Grebner Outdoors. New videos every Saturday. So if you don't want to miss out on your Texas Grebner Outdoors Saturday morning cartoon awesomeness, make sure to click subscribe and check my channel every Saturday for new Texas Grebner Outdoors episodes. I love reading your comments. I wouldn't bother doing it without you. If you want to see me go cool places and film cool stuff, make sure to click share, copy that link, paste it wherever you can. I really appreciate it, especially because this right here is the world's cheapest crankbait. I made it myself out of a foam bobber, some treble hooks, a soup can lid, and some paper clips. It costs about $2 to make this bait right here. Super simple to do. I'm going to show you how to do it, and then I'm going to try and catch fish on it. Now, artificial lures are not terribly difficult to make. Artificial lures are an integral part of our lifestyle as fishermen. But 90% of what you see in the fishing aisle at a sporting goods store is intended to catch the fisherman rather than to catch fish. All you have to be able to do with an artificial lure is simulate or stimulate rather a fish's natural strike response. Fish aren't all that smart.
Normal soup can lid. I'm just taking a wire cutters to break the rim in two places, and then a scissors to cut my crankbait lip right out of this soup can lid. The longer the lip is, the deeper the crankbait will dive when it's completed. Trim it to a general uniform shape. It doesn't have to be perfect right now. Next, I'm going to take a paper clip, a normal large office paper clip, and straighten it out. Paper clips are great for this because they're soft and not very brittle, so they can put up with a lot of abuse, but they also have a really good tensile strength. Just twist an eye in the end of the paper clip. That way we have something to tie our line off to attach the crankbait. Take out the front bushing of the foam bobber and slide it up the paper clip. Next, I'm going to take a treble hook, bend the paper clip into a circle around it to hold it in place. Be careful, hooks are sharp. You don't need a trip to the emergency room. Now I'm going to remove the rear bushing and slide the entire ensemble through the bobber. I'm running it with the red on the front end. Once I have it all the way through, and you may have to trim your bobber to ensure that it will go in smoothly, I'm just going to pull it tight, being careful not to hook myself with the pliers. Replace the rear bobber bushing and put the rear treble hook onto the back. And now I'm simply going to crimp the wire over and then twist it to form yet another eye. At this point, what we have is a swim bait or a spook bait. But we're not done yet. We're going to cut a channel or slice a channel with a very sharp knife, very carefully, on an angle in the front of the bobber for our lip. Now we're going to check the lip for fit and how well it flushes up on the sides of the bait. This is Easton Quick Bond Aero Cement. It does not melt the foam of the bobber, but you do have to work quickly in order to get the lip set. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. This bait is now completed, but if you wanted to go all out, you could of course glue on some eyes from the craft store.
Rather than going to a sporting goods store and paying $12 or $15 for a crankbait, you can make these things at home for about $2 or $3 a bait. You can glue on eye spots on them if you want to with some goggly eyes, or you can draw on eye spots, but I don't feel that you really need them. And they swim and suspend just like any store-bought crankbait, but it's vintage fishing technology with modern materials. Now, if I can just get a bass to hit on this, I'll be pretty happy. I have been broke most of my life, and I've also been notorious for losing fishing lures, okay? It's a fact. If you go back and watch some of my really old fishing videos at this very pond, you will see me break off a lot of baits. It doesn't take long to rack up a hell of a price tag when you're breaking baits off in heavy cover. With that being said though, our heroes always threw into heavy cover and it never bothered them. Why? Because if your name is on the bait, there's a good chance that you're not paying for your own bait because your name's on the side of it. With all due respect to our heroes, I think that that's probably a fact. All I have done here is replicate a vintage crankbait very similar to a Hedon spook with a redhead or a Rapala redhead crankbait. Rather than being made out of cork, this is made out of foam. So I'm using 1950s fishing technology. Ooh, that's a good sized bass. Now if I don't lose him. Homemade crankbait. World's cheapest crankbait. It works. 90% of what is in the fishing aisle is sold for fishermen, not for fish. All you have to do is actually manipulate an instinctive strike response, and it's that simple. That was a pretty good sized bass on a homemade crankbait. World's cheapest crankbait is a success. I really do appreciate all 300 of you that actually bother to watch my videos. It means a lot to me. I love reading your comments. And if you want to see my channel grow, make sure to copy this link and paste it wherever you can. Because I got a feeling that there's going to be a lot of fishermen that are going to want to see this. As always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA to protect your rights. Please got my friends over at SOETacticalgear.com. Thank you very much to those of you involved in law enforcement and those of you serving in the military. And thanks for watching Tex Grebner Outdoors.